Hi everybody, I'm Jeanette from Live Life Better Derbyshire. Today we're going to be doing some strength training, some resistance training exercises together. So all you need is yourself. You can do this from your own home and your own comfort. If you'd rather do that rather than go out to a gym, it doesn't need to be expensive. You can just use things that you've got at home. You can just use yourself as you're using your own body weight. You can use some tins out of your cupboard. You can use water bottles filled, or if you have got any small little hand weights or dumbbells, things like that, you can use those as well. We're going to be showing some different options today. So I'll be bringing my colleague in a little later, Nick, to show you some adaptations that you can do and some progression exercises as well. We're going to be doing a little bit of a warm up to begin with, just to get a little bit of circulation going around, get you feeling a bit warmer. A little bit of mobility exercises just to loosen off your joints in preparation for your exercises. So we kind of know that we should be doing exercise, some cardiovascular exercise to look after your heart, but we should also be trying to fit in 2 to 3 exercises each week to build strength and flexibility and balance exercises. So this one will help with that as well. We'll get started with a little bit of a warm-up to start with then. So there's lots of benefits for keeping your muscles strong. I don't know if you know, but after the age of 30, we do start to lose muscle mass, about 3 to 5% every decade. So, and particularly more than that once we pass 60. So it's really good that we can try and keep your muscles in good condition. So these exercises will certainly help with that. So it also helps with things like your balance. So in avoiding things like frailty and later life, it builds stronger bones. It can help with building a better immunity. Lots of good reasons why we need to keep your muscles strong. It can help prevent development of illnesses like hypertension, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and obesity. So yeah, it's all good, and just start where you are now. So it doesn't, just start off with lighter weights or no weights at all. Just get used to the movements first. That's really important when we're doing like some freestanding exercises with any weight. So just to get that correct form so that you prevent any injuries or anything like that. Let's start then with a little bit of a warm up. Okay, so just make sure that you've got a little bit of space around you. We're not going to be moving too far, just a couple of steps sideways and backwards. That's all the space that you need. We'll be doing some of your exercises later we might need a chair just for a bit of support. So if you've got a chair handy, and then if you have got anything like your tins, your little water bottles or your weights. Okay, so let's get started then. So nice tall posture then to begin with. So thinking about so feet should be about hip width apart, shoulders back, just relaxed and down, just away from your ears. I'm going to try and keep your chin parallel to the floor so that we're looking in front, and then thinking about your core muscles. So we want to try and engage your core by just drawing your tummy button in towards your spine, and you're just trying to hold on to that little bit of tension there throughout your session. That helps to protect your back, but it also enables you to move your arms and legs a lot easier when we've got a nice tight core. Okay then. Right, so let's get going then. So we're just going to start then, we're just with a gentle march. Just get that circulation going, get your muscles nice and warm. Okay, and then we're going to change this into a single side step, stepping out to side. Lovely. Okay, next one I'm going to do is a toe point. So just going to take your toes out in front, little step in front. And if you are in a seat, you can do these from a seated position as well. Most of these exercises can be done seated. And then we're just going to take a little tap behind. Right. Okay, brilliant. And then we're going to do it. Heel dig, so we're going to take your heel out this time, toes up to ceiling. I'll show you from the side as well. And then we're just going to repeat these again. We're going to bring in some arm movements this time. So we're going to take a step sideways. And if you want, then this time we can just bring in some side arm raises. So we're just coming up to kind of shoulder level. We're keeping a little bit of a bend through your elbows. Brilliant, lovely. And then we're going to point your toes forward again. And this time we're bringing your arm up in front, just to shoulder level again. A little bit of a bend in your elbows. Perfect. And then when we tap behind, we're just going to bring in a little bit of a, we're going to work in your tricep muscle at the back. So just getting your arms into that position. So imagine your upper arms velcroed to your sides. So we can't move your upper arm, it's just your lower arm that's bending and then extending, pushing back, just feeling it working your tricep muscle. Lovely. Okay, and then we're going to do the heel digs again, taking that heel out in front, bringing in some bicep curls this time. So again, upper arm stays close to your body. And we're just bringing your hand up towards your shoulders and a little squeeze of your biceps. Perfect. Great stuff. Okay, and then just coming back into a march. And then we're just going to do a little step in and out. So we're going to take your feet wide and back in again. So a little bit of bend in your knees. Like. Back into a march. And then we're going to do a little cross-body movement. So just take your feet a little bit wider. And then we're just going to reach out to sides. So everything's turning together. Let your head and neck follow your direction. So just getting that little bit of movement through your sides as well. Perfect. Lovely. Coming back into a march. So we're just going to mobilise your joints a little bit now, then just to get a little bit all around your joints, loosen everything off. So as we continue to march, then I'm just going to bring in a shoulder shrug. So just bringing your shoulders up to your ears, little squeeze and release. Lovely. One more. And then we're going to change this into a shoulder roll. So just bringing your shoulders up and then taking your shoulders back and down. Just drawing your shoulder blades together behind. Little squeeze. And then changing direction, bringing it forward. Lovely. And then just a bigger movement. So you can either put your fingers and thumbs on your shoulders, draw circles with your elbows. If you've got a little bit more movement through your shoulders, you can do a circle with your arms, just circling backwards. And then we'll change direction, circling forwards. Lovely. Okay, and then we're going to just mobilise your waist area. So we'll keep feet still for this one, slightly wider than shoulders, a little bit of a bend in your knees. And then we just imagine we've got a pane of glass, one in front, one behind, so we can't bend backwards or forwards. So we direct side movement, we're just going to take your hand down one side and back up to centre. Just let your spine realign in between and over to the other side. Lovely. So just nice, slow and controlled, just as far as feels comfortable for you. And then one more each side. Perfect, lovely. And then we're just going to do a little spinal rotation. So for this one, again, feet shoulder width apart, a bit of a bend in your knees, flat hands together just in front of your chest. So we're No movement from your hips down. So hips facing forward, nice and still. We're just going to twist from your waist and your shoulders just to look round behind. Again, just as far as feels comfortable. You might find on your following ones that you might get round just that little bit further. Back to centre, other side. Just hold in there for a couple of seconds. One more then each way. And just one. Perfect. Okay, so next one we're going to do some hip circles. So feet a little bit wider than shoulders again. And then we're just going to circle your hips around your head. So your head stays central. And we're just circling around your head. Just one way, then they're just tucking your pelvis sort of forward slightly as you come towards the front. And then we'll change direction. Lovely. Two more. Perfect. Okay, great. And then just to loosen off your hips, we're just going to do some hip openers. So it's a little bit of a balancing challenge as well, this one. So we're balancing on this standing leg. I'm just going to bring your knee up as far as you can, feels comfortable, and just take that leg out to side and back down again. Changing sides. Lovely. And one more each way. Perfect. And back down again. And just to loosen off your ankles, just find a spot on the floor, and then you're just going to try and get your heel and then your toe in that same spot. Perfect. And then we'll change sides. Brilliant. Okay, so hopefully you're all feeling a little bit warmer now, ready for your strength exercises. Okay then, so we're all warmed up, ready. So we're going to start then with the second video for your strength exercises. So this time we are going to be working on some different muscle groups. So we're going to be working on your arms, legs, your buttocks, and also your abdominal muscles. So I'm going to bring in my colleague Nick again, as we did in your first video. So Nick's going to be showing you some adaptations of these exercises and progression exercises. I'm going to be showing you your first level exercises, showing some seated and assisted standing exercises. Okay then. So first one we're going to do is a bent over row. So I'm going to show you the seated version of this. So this is working your back muscles, your upper back muscles, also a little bit into your triceps as well, and your upper arms. So I'm going to sit on this first third of my chair, just coming forward. I'm going to hinge from my hips like 45 degrees, but I'm keeping my back nice and straight, keeping my head in line with my neck and spine. I'm going to hang my arms down, straight down. And then I'm going to bring my elbows up close to my body, and I'm going to take my elbows up towards the ceiling behind me. Ideally trying to get your upper arms kind of parallel to the floor, but just work within your own range of motion. So don't push it past if it's uncomfortable. So I'm just going to bring it up, squeeze your shoulder blades together behind, and then I'm going to fully extend my arms back down again. So you can do this single arms. So just as long as you keep your hips and your shoulders square on, so you're not twisting around. So we're just going to bring one elbow up and back down again, and then alternate. Or you can do it both together. So Nick's going to show you a standing one. So he's taking his bottom back behind. So he's not leaning forward with his knees over his toes. His knees are in line with his ankles, and his bottom's back. His back's nice and straight. His head's in alignment with his neck, and he's looking forwards. So just bringing his weights up, elbows up and behind, squeezing shoulder blades together. Lovely. So a few options here, just making sure we're holding on to that core, just drawing your tummy button in towards your spine, keeping your core engaged, keeping your back strong. So it's a really good one for strengthening your back And just everyday tasks where we're picking things up from the floor, just generally keeping your shoulders and your back muscles and bones strong. Lovely. So we're aiming for 12 again, but just do as many as you feel you can comfortably. Stop when you need to. 2 more. Lovely. Okay, great. Okay, so have a few seconds rest, and we'll show you the next one. So we're going to do a goblet squat. So for this one, it's similar to squat that you did in your video 1. So we've got feet, but a little bit wider this time. So we've got feet facing forward. I'm not going to use a weight. Nick's using a weight for this one. So feet wider. I'm going to send my hips back. I'm just going to hold my arms down in front and then push back up. So I'm really using my legs, pushing up through my feet, bottom back nice and straight, knees not going over your toes. So you can just go down as far as you feel comfortable. So it might just be a shallow squat, just to there, that's absolutely fine. Still working these same muscle groups. Nick's just showing a version where he's going a little bit deeper and he's holding his weights, neck and back in alignment. Again, looking forward, tummy pulled in. Lovely. So I'll just do a shallow squat without any weight. So just working these big muscle groups again in your legs and your buttocks. Another good one just for everyday things that we do. Getting in and out of cars, in and out at bath, up and down from your chair. Really good to keep these muscles as strong as we can as we age. Lovely, I've lost count. I think that's, I think this is 10. And if we can, then 2 more, but stop when you need to. 1 more. Lovely, great stuff. Okay then. So next one we're going to do is some bicep curls. So I'm going to sit down for anybody that's seated. So again, just getting that posture right. So we're just sitting to the front of your chair again, sitting nice and tall, tummy's pulled in, feet hip distance apart, knees over your ankles. Okay, so we've got, first of all, then arms are hanging down. We've got palms facing away from you, like this one. And then we're going to bring your weight up towards your shoulder. So we can do this single arms, little squeeze of your bicep as you come up. Or we can do both arms together. So I'm next going to show you a standing option. Lovely, just slow control. So we're fully extending your arm as we come down. So we're working that muscle both on the upward and downward movement. So another good one just for, again, everything that we do daily, like just picking up heavy pans, picking up your kettle, picking up shopping bags. We use this muscle a lot more than some of our other muscles because it's things that we do in everyday living. But again, just a good one to keep as strong as we can. So if you've got grandchildren, your own kids, it's just making it easier for picking them up as well. Lovely. I think that's 10. 2 more then if we can. And last one. Brilliant. So again, just choosing your weight as it starts to get a bit easier. You might find that you want to move on from a can out your cupboard, your food tins, to a water bottle, and then maybe to some small hand weights. I've got a 1 kilogram, Nick's got a 2 kilogram weights there. So it's just to see how it feels for you over time. So next one we're going to do is some side lunges. So I'm not going to use any weights for me. I'm just going to use body weight. So Nick's going to show you a different version for this one. So I'm just going to step out to side, then I've got both feet facing forwards. I'm going to bend that knee, and I'm going to keep this leg nice and straight. I'm sending my bottom back so that I'm not leaning forward, and I've got my back straight and I'm looking in front. I'm keeping my shoulders square on. And then I'm going to push up through this leg to standing. I'm going to change sides. Okay, so Nick's going to do a different version with adding a bit of a little squat in the middle, and he's holding weights. Perfect. So there's lots of different ways you can do this and progress over time. And again, you don't need to go down too deep, just as far as feels comfortable for you. You'll feel this working on inside of your thighs as well. Buttocks, you're using this to push you back up, using your quads, using your calf. So lots of muscle groups again being used just in this one exercise. Lovely, we'll just do 2 more then each side. So it's just nice, slow and controlled. So good for hip strength, knee stability, and good for your hip joints, the muscles around your hips. And last one. Perfect, lovely. Okay then, so next one we're going to do is tricep kickback. So this is working this muscle at the back of your upper arm. So a few options again. Nick's going to be standing. I'll show you a seated version. So I'm sitting at the front of my chair again. I'm going to hinge slightly forwards. So I'm going to get my arms into kind of a chicken wing position, I guess. Yeah. So I'm going to keep my upper arms very close to my body again. So imagine that Velcro again. It's stuck to your sides. So I'm going to show you a single arm one. So I'm going to take that arm back. I'm not going to move my upper arm. My upper arm stays fixed. It's just my lower arm that's extending, pushing back up towards ceiling and back, and then bending again. So we should be feeling that working into that tricep muscle. Okay, so we can either do it single or we can do both arms together. Again, just maintaining that good posture. Bring your tummy button in. Keep your core nice and strong. Check you're still breathing and not holding your breath. Breathing nice and evenly. Or you can breathe out on that exertion and then breathe in. Lovely. So Nick's doing a standing one. He's got one leg in front of the other just for stability. Lovely. And he's using a heavier weight for this one. He's looking in front, keeping his head forwards. Perfect. 2 more then if we can. Last one. Brilliant. Okay, so almost there. We've got 3 more exercises to do for this video. So for this next one, we're going to do an upright row. So I'll show you a seated version again. So this is working kind of upper back, a little bit into your biceps as well. So I've just got my weights just hanging down in front of me. Next got is just palms facing your body. So we're just going to bring your weights up to upper chest level. So your elbows are going out to side, just up to kind of shoulder level. And then we're going to fully extend your arms back down, hanging in front again. So just bringing your arms up. So your arms your hands are close to your body. So just drawing your hands up your torso towards your shoulder. So elbows should be slightly higher than your wrists on this one. So Nick's just adding in a squat with this one as well. So combining upper and lower body movement again. Perfect. So nice upright posture again. Head looking forwards. Core engaged. Keep that core nice and strong. Breathing evenly. 2 more then if we can. And last one. Brilliant. Okay, great stuff. Okay, so I'm going to do some knee lifts next, so without any weight. So if you're seated, you can just do, just hold it onto the sides of your chair, just bringing up your knees, drawing your tummy button in, keeping your core tight, sitting nice and tall, still working these muscles, same muscle groups. So if we're standing then, a few options again. So we can bring same hand to knee, just bring your knee up as far as you can for your range of movement. Or we can do opposite hand to knee, just working these muscles down your sides a little bit more. So just keep it as slow and controlled. So we're working on your balance as well on this one. So we're standing on one leg. So Nick's using his weights and he's bringing his elbows towards his knee on that one as well. So we're doing a little bit more of a crunch. So if you want to add a little bit more balance work into this one, you can raise opposite hand to knee, just really slow it down. Brilliant. 2 more. Great, okay, good stuff. So last one we're going to do again is a calf raise, which we did in video 1. So a few options as usual then. So if you want to have a little bit of support, you can hold on to the back of a chair. If you've not got a chair handy, you can just put your fingertips on a wall, just for that little bit of support. Raise up onto your heels, squeezing your calves, and then slowly back down. Okay, so when you're ready then, so a little squeezing up. Hold a couple of seconds and slowly down. So you can just progress. Nick's holding his weights on this one. You could also slow it down to a count of 3 on that downward phase. Just count to 3, really slowing it down. So again, just good for your ankle stability, keeping your calves strong, good for just walking, running, jumping, daily things that we do. Lovely, we'll just aim for 2 more. And last one. Perfect, well done everybody, that's fantastic. So that's another set of exercises that we've done today. So you can combine those with your first video that we did. You might want to just pick 1 or 2 from each to begin with and maybe just do a few at a time. Even while you're waiting for your kettle to boil, your bath to run, you can just do a few of these exercises at any time. Okay, so please do our little cool down and stretch afterwards, just to make sure that your muscles are nice and flexible, and just to prevent that bit of soreness the next day. Always good to have a little bit of a stretch out. Thank you.